Beach Real Estate Show with Blake Sloan. Again, all the information that you need. Contact info 808-SOLD, that's 808-SOLD, and BlakeSloanRadio.com. If you have any questions that you'd like to email rather than maybe get on the phone, you can also go to ask@BlakeSloanRadio.com. That's the email address, ask@BlakeSloanRadio.com. Time for our real estate update. I know I've seen a lot of things in the newspapers. Can you boil some of that down for us?
Absolutely, yeah. It's kind of been all over the place, right? It's been down. It was up last year, then it's down the past 5 months, and back up again. It's something we've been watching, but I don't want to say that we said so. But remember last year, we can probably go back to our YouTube videos and see, we talked about the recovery was still very fragile and was still a little bit, I guess slightly optimistic, or cautiously optimistic would be the word. And we predicted that it was going to have some dips, right? Some ups, some downs, and that's exactly what we're having now. But the great thing here, though, is looking at numbers. It rebounded strongly in March. So we just got last month's numbers in. So it ended a 5-month stretch of declining sales, which we talked about previously. So in March, this past month, single-family sales are up 13.4% from prior year's levels, which is awesome news. And again, we'll talk about some of this has to do with some of the weather, different things that were kind of going on. The strong performance has led year-to-date sales to pass 2013 by 5.4%. So great news. We were down remember about 11% in January, about 6% in February. And so we had a significant jump that actually overcame both of those those declines, which is really good. So, although the 1 month's not going to make a trend, it's definitely encouraging and positive news to see that. Where a lot of people, like we predicted too, we're going to be coming up from up north in different areas, which are really cold to down here, and they've all been kind of cooped up and want to be able to make that move. And they also time that to the spring when their kids are out of school for spring break, and also the summer. So. Looking at inventory, single-family inventory is going to continue its seasonal rise, up 2.7% from prior year's levels. But the one thing that is important here is the distressed single-family inventory has leveled off. It's still 23.2% below prior year's levels. And what that means is that lower percentage of distressed sales allows to strengthen the single-family home's median sales price. So that was actually up 2.9% in March and remains up 5.6% in 2014. So what that means is, so far, median sale price for single-family homes up 5.6% year-to-date. And the good thing about that, too, is sales were up 5.4% year-to-date, which is always good, right? Supply and demand. So we always see that kind of lag a few months behind, where if demand's up for a few months, supply stays the same, we'll see the prices rise. We were concerned a little bit that we would have seen a dip because we have 5 straight months of declining sales. But luckily we have not seen that yet. It still may come, but the great thing that's helping that is significant drop, 23% in distressed sales, which are obviously selling fast. Investors are scooping those up, and that's who the traditional sellers are having to compete with those. So looking at condo sales, remember we always talk about we're able to usually use single-family homes as the best, I guess, way to judge kind of what's going on, because the condo markets and single-family lots, a lot of that can really kind of change a lot more rapidly. But so looking at condo sales, they can lag behind 2013 a little bit, and March condo sales were down 4.0% from last year, and year-to-date sales down 6.2%. So they haven't quite seen that recovery that the single-family has in the past month, but that's usually kind of historically where that stuff peaks in April and May before the balance of the year. We always kind of see that when people are coming down, preparing for summer, buying investment properties, things like that. If you look at distressed properties there, though, it declined for the 24th straight month and is 47.8% below 2013 levels. And that's kind of one of the things that we're seeing. When you see there's still a little bit of inventory like we had in the single-family homes, where it's only down 23%, people are still scooping those up, and that's kind of what's fueling a lot of those sales a little bit. If you look at residential sales, they slipped in March a little bit. We kind of knew that was coming because everyone was scrambling to build to match that demand from last year, right? Buying everything up. Right. They were buying all the stuff that had infrastructure already in, some of the neighborhoods where maybe a developer may have gone under, or the bank took the property back. They were scooping everything they could up to be able to build quickly without having to go through the full system of infrastructure there. So those are down kind of about 2012 levels. Median sales price for residential lots was strong, 51% from prior year levels, which is great. Year-to-date median sales are up 44.9% in regards to price. So that's great numbers. So overall, it's really good. If you break that down a little more, though, it's kind of, if you look at 12-month period from basically April last year to March this year, sales in the whole overall region were up 10.1%. The price range with the biggest gain in sales was 200,000 to 250,000. They increased 25.6%. So great news there. That's what I was talking about. That's one of the hottest parts of the market right now. Median sales price is up 6.2% over the past 12 months at $148,583. So really good stuff there. We're stable. We talked about that. Still, like I said, cautiously optimistic a little bit. We're hoping that we're going to see some strong gains. I know for a fact with us, I did a news interview last week. We have been blown away with people in town this last weekend and this weekend with Easter and spring break. And so I'm talking people who have been searching for months and months and months, all coming down and wanting to buy now. So that's great. We're seeing a lot of those people jump off the fence, a lot of second home buyers, a lot of people relocating, a lot of people buying investment properties as well. Which is really good. So the property type that had the largest price gain over the past 12 months was single-family homes, which we talked about, where price increases 8.8% to $175,000, which is great. The price range that tend to sell the quickest, anything at $150,000 and below, where their average days in the market is 154 days, and there's 8.5 months of single-family homes. Basically of supply on the market of those homes. So far 2014 stats are looking really good. And we're going to watch and see what happens. A lot is going to have to do with interest rates and kind of what goes, happens going forward, in 2014.
Well, obviously there's a lot of numbers to digest there, and if you want to get those numbers again, you can go to BlakeSloanRadio.com. But you talked about interest rates.